So here illustration 4. So what they have given is basic salary 10,000 into 12 1,20,000, special allowance 1,000 into 12 12,000, conveyance allowance 1,000 into 12 into 1/3, because 1/3 is used for other purpose. So that is nothing but personal purpose. Entertainment allowance 1,000 into 12 becomes 12,000. House rent allowance 800 into 12 becomes 9,600. So house rent allowance will be there is an exemption for that. Actual HRA is received is 9,600. Excess of actual rent over 10% of salary. So here, what is the actual rent that he is going to receive is he is going to pay is 1,000 rupees per month. So 1,000 into 12, it comes to 12,000 minus 10% of salary. So 1,20,000 into 10%, 1,20,000 into 10%, it comes to 12,000. So 12,000 minus 12,000, it becomes nil. Okay. Next, C, 40% of salary. So 40% of salary means 1,20,000 into 40%. 1,20,000 into 40%, it comes to rupees 48,000. So in these three, whichever is lower, so this is nil. Therefore, HRA amount will be 9,600. Okay. Next. Next, they have given is contribution towards RPF, that is nil. Employee can contribute how much amount he want. So therefore, employer's contribution towards RPF over 10% of salary, it becomes nil. So employer's contribution, they have said the same amount, that is 1,000 into 12, it becomes 12,000 minus same. If we consider salary means 1,20,000 into 10%, it comes to 12,000. So therefore 12,000 minus 12,000, it becomes nil. Okay. Next, interest credited to RPF over 9.5% per annum. So in this problem, they clearly said that interest credited to RPF account at 14%. So we have got exemption up to 9.5%. So 14 minus 9.5, the balance will be 3.5% is taxable. So here for how we are going to calculate 3.5% means it is very simple. 14% is equal to 14,000. Then taxable amount 3.5% is equal to how much? Just cross multiply. So 3.5 into 14,000 divided by 14. 3.5 into 14,000 divided by 14. So sorry, it is 4.5%. So 4.5% into 14,000 divided by 14, it comes to rupees 4,500. Okay. Then after considering all these adjustments related to salary, at last we need to provide deduction under section 16. that is rupees 40,000. So 1,62,100 minus 40,000, it comes to rupees 1,22,100. So this is income from salary. Are you getting my point? Income from salary. So income from salary will be, as we discussed, basic salary, special allowance, conveyance allowance. You need to take how much he has used for personal purpose. Okay. Then entertainment allowance, HRA. So as we have discussed in the previous classes, this is the format to compute house rent allowance. As per this, that will be the amount which is taxable. Then employer's contribution, it is employer's contribution over 10% of salary, that we consider means it comes nil. Next, interest credited to RPF over 9.5%, different rate of interest will be taxable. That is how I have calculated here. It is very simple. And then at last we need to give deduction under section 16. Then we are going to get income from salary. Please copy this. So I am going to erase it, though board is very smaller. Then we should continue with the problem with the additional adjustments. Okay. So I am going to erasing it. Okay, so the gross interest on government securities. So interest on government securities will be the next heading, income from other sources. So before that, income from house property is nil. Income from business or profession is nil. Next, income from other sources. So here, income from other sources, they have given government interest, sorry, gross interest on government securities. They have given gross itself, so no need to index it. So interest on government securities, interest on government securities 15,000. Next, gross dividend from Indian company. So dividend from Indian company. So any dividend received from an Indian company is exempt from tax. Okay. Next, interest on bank deposits. So interest on bank deposits comes to rupees 10,000. Donation, okay, it comes under 80G. Donation to Mysore University, it also comes under deductions 80C. Sorry, yes, 80G. LIC, life insurance premium, comes under 80C. Then compute the total income. Okay, right. So now let us total this. 10 plus 15, it comes to rupees 25,000. Next, 1, 2, 3. So now I think I left a point here. Income from capital gain is also nil. Okay, so therefore gross total income will be rupees. Previously the amount was 1,22,100. So after giving deduction there, next here we have 25,000, so it comes to rupees 1,47,100. It comes to rupees 1,47,100 less deduction under section 80C to 80U. So first deduction will be deduction under section 80C. So contribution to RPF will be considered as deduction. They have said 1,000 per month. So therefore 1,000 into 12, it comes to rupees 12,000. Then second point, he has paid LIC, life insurance premium. It also comes under deduction 80C. Life insurance premium comes to rupees 5,000. Then next deduction. So I have posted the list of donations where government has issued for which donations how much percent we need to provide exemption. Say for example, in this for family planning is 100%. Donation to any university is also 100%. Drought relief fund comes to 50%. Okay, so that's why you need to go through that exemption list of exemptions and percentage of exemptions as well. Deduction under section 80G. So there 100% donation to Government of Karnataka for promotion of family planning. For promotion of family planning, it comes to rupees 5,000. Then fourth point, 100% donation to Mysore University. 100% donation to Mysore University, it comes to rupees 10,000. So let us total these four items. It comes to rupees 32,000. It comes to rupees 32,000. So then the total income answer will be 1,47,100 minus 32,000. It comes to rupees 1,15,100. So 1,15,100 will be the total income of Mr. Surya Narayana for the assessment year 2019-20. Okay. Now let us see the next illustration, fifth one. Is there any additional adjustments? So okay, so I think illustration 50 is very easy. You can do it by yourself. Before that, I will explain it to you. Illustration 5, basic salary 8,500 per month, So multiply into 12. DA 850 per month, multiply into 12. Warden allowance 400 per month, multiply into 12. Examiner's remuneration comes under income from other sources. Royalty from books, income from other sources. Government securities, income from other sources. Tax-free debentures, they are given gross amount, that also comes under income from other sources. Dividend on shares of a foreign company comes under income from other sources. House property, they have given computed value, that comes under income from HP, house property. Contribution to SPF, contribution to PPF, you should give deductions under section 80C. Contribution to RPF, SPF and PPF, keep in mind. Premium paid by check on medical insurance policy on the health of the dependent father, it comes under deduction 80D. Deduction under section 80D comes under for this medical. Donation to an approved charitable institution, so approved charitable institution comes 50% exemption. For any approved charitable institutions, 50% is the exemption under section 80G. Okay, so I think this you can do it by your own, which is very easy problem. So I think they are not given income from business or profession and capital gains. They are not given anything. So I will be moving on to illustration 6. So let me check here. It is also same NSC national NSC 7 issue purchased during the year. Okay, so it also comes under income from other sources. So let us see. Deposit under PPF comes under deduction 80C. Long term capital gain, so here they are given short term capital loss. Okay, donation to okay. So let me solve this. I think this is very easy. Right. So I will be solving illustration 6. So illustration 6, salary received per month 12,000. So income from salary received per month 1,000, and assessee is also totally blind. Okay, 1,200. So therefore 1,200 into 12, it comes to rupees. Sorry, in the question they are given 12,000. So 12,000 into 12, 12 12s are 144. So 1,44,000. So next, rent. Okay. They are not given additional thing related to salary. So directly I am going to deduct it. Less deduction under section 16 subsection 1A. So 40,000 will be the deduction amount. Balance will be income from salary. 1,04,000. 1,04,000 will be the balance from income from salary. Next, income from house property. Income from house property. So here they are given rent received per month 4,000. They are not given any other things like municipal value, fair rental value and standard rent. So I will be taking directly as gross annual value. So 4,000 per month. So 4,000 into 12, 48,000. Okay. Less municipal tax. They are not given any municipal tax, therefore it is nil. Then net annual value will be the same amount. Net annual value will be the same amount, less deduction under section 24. I think they are not taken any loan, so let us provide only standard deduction. 30% of net annual value. So it comes to rupees 14,400. Then it comes to 33,600 will be the income from house property. So profits and gains from business or profession. Profits and gains from business or profession is nil. Capital gains, I think we have capital gains, so let us see that. Long-term capital gain, long-term capital gain, long-term capital gain of a building, so it comes to rupees 35,000. So then they have incurred short-term capital loss. If loss is there, we need to deduct from gain, that is from long-term capital gain. So short-term capital loss will comes to rupees 20,000. Will comes to rupees 20,000. So there is a short-term capital loss. This loss can be deducted in short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain. We incurred a long-term capital gain, so we need to deduct it. So we incur income of rupees 15,000 from profits and capital gains. Next last heading, income from other sources. Income from other sources. There, let us take one by one. Dividend from a company is exempted from tax but dividend from cooperative society is taxable. Dividend from cooperative society is taxable. So here it comes to rupees 2,000. Next, interest from Bank of Baroda. Therefore, interest from Bank of Baroda it comes to rupees 8,000. Next, interest from government securities. Interest from government securities, it comes to rupees 1,000. Next, winning from lotteries. Winning from lotteries, winning from lotteries, here 1,05,000 sorry, winning from lotteries. In the question you should make it as net. Okay, they have given gross. If they have given gross, no need to gross it up. If they are not given gross, you need to gross it up. In the question you just ignore that word. So 1,05,000 into 100 divided by the TDS for this is 30%. So 100 minus 30, it comes to rupees 1,50,000. Okay, so therefore now if we add all this, we will get 1,61,000. Therefore gross total income is rupees 3,13,000. Gross total income will be rupees 3,13,000. So here so I think you can know till here. Salary received per month 12,000 per annum, so per month, so 12,000 into 12. So there is no any other adjustments for that. So that's why we are going to provide deduction here. Then house property, they have given only rented amount, they have not given any other amount. So I have taken here as GAV. Okay, then they are not given municipal tax, nil, then we should call it as NAV. Then we have to give standard deduction under section 24. Then you know the adjustments there. In the same way, long term capital gain, that is 35,000, less short term capital loss will be that much. Income from other sources will be this much. Then we should consider up to gross total income. I can do deductions here, but the space is not enough, so I am erasing that one. Okay, so now the gross total income will be rupees 3 lakh. The gross total income will be rupees 3,13,600. Okay, less deductions under section 80C to 80U. So first, so keep in mind the assessee is blind. The assessee is blind. So first we need to give deduction under section 80C. For what? She has done two things. One is she has purchased NSC and deposited the amount in under PPF, Public Provident Fund. So for those two, 80C is applicable. NSC 7 issue purchased. It comes to rupees 10,000. Then contribution to PPF, Public Provident Fund, it comes to rupees 31,000. So 10,000 plus 31,000, it becomes 41,000. If we deduct 41,000 from 3,13,600, it comes to rupees 2,72,600. Okay. Now deduction under section 80U. Why I have given 80U is because the assessee is blind. If any assessee is blind, then we can provide deduction for disability of assessee up to rupees 1,25,000. 1,25,000. So 2,72,600 minus 1,25,000, we will get 1,47,600. This we can call it as total income. Okay. So here last point is very important. Deduction under section 80G. Deduction under section 80G. So why it is important means that person has given donation to family planning. So 100% donation to state government for promotion of family planning. So it is restricted up to 10% only. So here 100% donation to state government for promotion of family planning, it is restricted up to 10% only in case of the assessee is blind. Okay. So here how we are going to consider is, so I will be mentioning here, restricted to 10% of total income. Okay. So here 1,47,600 minus 15,000 is the common amount that we need to deduct for the blind. It comes to rupees 1,32,600 into 10%. Into 10%, it comes to rupees 13,260. 13,260. So 1,47,600 minus 13,260, it comes to rupees 1,34,340 will be the total income. $1,34,340 will be the total income. So this is how you need to compute in case of blind the deduction part. Okay. So we should give deduction under section 80C as usual. ATU because the assessee is blind, and in case of ATG for family planning we should take only 10% by deducting the amount of 15,000 from the assessee. Then for that we need to give 10% only, okay, not 100%. So I think you can find out easy this problem. So by this illustration 6 is completed. Now let us move on to illustration 7. Illustration 7. So 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 4 problems. In these 4 problems, we should compute the tax liability of an assessee. We should compute the tax liability of an assessee. So we will solve it. Now I think you can go through this. Shall I erase it? So now let us start with illustration 7. Illustration 7. So there they are given directly business income, house property, interest on central government securities, long-term capital gains. Crossword puzzle, he was also has paid a life insurance premium amounting to rupees 5,000. Okay, I think there is no income from salary. So income from salary is nil. Okay, so then income from house property, they are given computed directly. So income from house property, income from house property, it comes to rupees 14,000. Next, income from business, income from business, they are given 2,82,000. Next, income from capital gains, income from capital gains. So under that they are given only long term capital gain. They are given only long term capital gain. So it amounts to rupees 12,000. Then income from other sources, income from other sources. So let us take one by one. Interest on government securities, the amount was 20,000. Next, crossword puzzle winning, they are given 7,000. So there are only 2 items here, so it comes to rupees 27,000. So we have completed with 5 heads of income. So let us total it. It comes to rupees 3 lakh 3 lakh 35,000 is gross total income. Okay. Next, deductions under section 80C to 80U. So here they have paid only life insurance premium amounting to rupees 5,000. So it comes under 80C. Yes or no? It comes under 80C, deduction under section 80C, life insurance LIC premium paid LIC premium paid was rupees 5,000. So therefore 3,30,000 will be the total income. 3,30,000 will be the total income. So now in this problem they have asked us, you are required to compute is net tax liability. So till now we were only computing total income. So from this problem let us compute tax liability also. Okay. So I think this is very small problem. We can copy this. Okay, you can give the heading computation of tax liability. Computation of tax liability. Okay, so here computation of tax liability, while computing this you need to consider few points. Which are those few points? Means any items which you have taken in computing total income, their individual items, if some items have got 30% rate of tax, some items has got 20% rate of tax, okay, some items have got 10% rate of tax. So like that there is a segregation right. Say for example, in this problem we have got a crossword puzzle. For that crossword puzzle the TDS or the tax rate will be 30%. In case of long term capital gains the TDS will be only 20%, and in case of say grossed up securities, say for example debentures, we have got 10%, for the other securities also 10% if it is a less tax or tax free securities. Okay, so that we need to consider. So in this problem we have first crossword puzzle, right? So for that, income tax on crossword puzzle. So what was the amount? 7,000. Therefore 7,000 into 30%, it comes to rupees 2,100. Okay. Next, income tax on long term capital gain. So amount was 12,000. So 12,000 into 20%, it comes to rupees 2,400. Right? Next, the balance will be as per that amounting thing. Up to 2,50,000 it is nil. From 2,50,000 to 5,00,000 it is 5%. From 5,00,000 to 10,00,000 20%. 10,00,000 and above it comes to rupees 30%. That you need to apply here. Income tax on balance amount. Income tax on balance amount. How we have got balance amount? The total was 3,30,000 minus 7,000 minus 12,000. So it comes to rupees 1290. So 3,11,000 will be the balance amount, right? So here first up to rupees 2,50,000 the amount will be nil, right? Balance. So 2,50,000 to 5,00,000 it was 10%. So here the limit is 3,11,000. So 3,11,000 from 2,50,000 it comes to rupees 61,000. So therefore 61,000 into 10%. 61,000 into 10%. Sorry, 5%. 3,050. 3,050. So 3,050. So total tax liability will be, we need to add 2,100 plus 2,400 plus 3,050, it comes to rupees 7,550. 7,550. For this we need to add 4% health and education cess. Health and education cess. So 7,550 into 4%, it comes to rupees 302. 302. So therefore net tax liability, net tax liability will be rupees 7,852. 7,852 will be the net tax liability, right? So 7,852. So keep in mind here income tax says, say for example the last amount balance is, if the balance is 5, so up to rupees 5 you need to round it off to 7,850. So rounded off to rupees 7,850, because it is the last number is less than 5. Okay, if the last number is more than 5, we need to add 10 rupees. That means 7,850 will be considering as 7,860. Okay, if the last number is more than 5 rupees, we need to add 10 for that. We need to round it off to 60. if it is less than 5, we need to round it off to 50. So previous 0 we need to take if it is less than 5. Next 0 we need to take if it is more than 5. As per Income Tax Act, they said clearly it has to be rounded off in tens. It has to be rounded off in tens. So if it is 5 rupees, up to 5 rupees, you should take previous 10. If it is next 5, say for example it may be 7,856 or 857, then we should consider 7,860 rupees. Okay, so by this 7th problem has been completed. Next, I think 8th one you can do by your own. It is very easy. Where in case of tax liability also, it is very easy. 9th one also you can do by your own, as it is also a very easy one. The last additional adjustment will be donation to NDF. Donation to NDF is 100% exemption from tax under section 80G. Okay. So in this problem, 9th one, while computing the solution of tax liability, you can see the last number will be 6. Okay. Then you can take it to the next 0. 12,920 may be the answer. Please cross verify. Now 12,920 will be the answer. Please cross verify. Now I will be moving to the last problem, illustration 10. Illustration 10. This is also very easy. So let me try. This is also very easy. So illustration 10, let me explain this. Basic salary 18,200 per month, dearness allowance at 60% of basic pay, special allowance, medical allowance, city compensatory, employment tax paid, rent received, okay, let out property, income from business, interest on buying deposits, director's fees, dividend from Indian company, dividend from cooperative society, contribution to PPF, LIC, donation to Bangalore University, medical insurance premium, donation to approved charitable trust. Okay. So approved charitable trust, as you know, it is 50% under ATG. Bangalore University is 100% in case of ATG. LIC under section 80C. Okay. So here the problem is different. LIC, life insurance premium paid on a policy. Please underline that sentence. LIC, a life insurance premium paid on a policy of rupees 25,000 is rupees 6,000. Say if an assessee have mentioned the policy amount, not premium, policy amount, so we can give deduction up to 25% of the policy amount. Up to 20%. We should make it into 5 parts. So 20% of the policy amount, that much amount is exempted. Okay. Right. So let us solve this. First one. income from salary, income from salary. So basic salary, basic salary 18,200 per month. So 18,200 into 12, it comes to rupees 2,18,400. 2,18,400. Next, dearness allowance. Dearness allowance 60% of basic pay. So 2,18,400 into 60%, it comes to rupees 1,31,040. 1,31,040. Next, special allowance. Special allowance. Special allowance 3,640 per month. So 3,640 into 12, it comes to rupees 43,680. 43,680. Medical allowance. Medical allowance. So they are given 1,000. Therefore 1,000 into 12 becomes 12,000. Next, city compensatory okay, city compensatory allowance 300 per month. So 300 into 12, 3,600. So employment tax paid, that will come under deduction. So let us add all these items. It comes to rupees 4,08,720. 4,08,720. So this is called gross salary. Less deduction under section 16, subsection 1A. So how much? 40,000. We have got another deduction also. He has paid employment tax. Employment tax 300 rupees. So 300 into 12, 3,600. So 43,600. So the net salary will be 3,65,120. 3,65,120. Next heading, income from house property. Income from house property. So they are given rent received from house property 6,000 from per month. Interest due on loan taken for construction. Okay. Let out property 3,600. Municipal tax paid on let out property 2,400. So we need to take rent received on let out property. So they are given only rent received. They are not given municipal value, fair rental value, and standard rent. So I am considering as directly gross annual value so 6,000 into 12, it comes to rupees 72,000 less municipal tax paid. Municipal tax paid 2,400, it comes to rupees 69,600 as net annual value less deduction under section 24. So under the first one, standard deduction 30% of net annual value. So 69,600 into 30%, it comes to rupees 20,880. Then interest on loan due. So they have borrowed a loan for interest due on loan taken for the construction of leasehold property 3,600. So 3,600, it comes to rupees 24,480. So if we deduct that, we will get 45,120. Okay. Next, income from business. So income from business, we have got income directly 1,60,000. Next, income from other sources. Income from other sources. So in that, interest on fixed deposits 5,800, directors fees 3,000, dividend from Indian company is exempted from tax. Next, dividend from cooperative society. Dividend from cooperative society is 3,000. So if we add these four items, 11,800. Therefore, gross total income will be 5,82,040. So 5,82,040 will be the gross total income. Please copy this. Now let us look into the deduction part and also tax liability part. Okay, shall I erase this? So I will be erasing this. Next, deduction under section 80C to 80U. So, as I said you, deduction under section 80C, assessee has mentioned the policy amount. So, LIC premium paid, we can give exemption up to 20%, as I said you, if they have mentioned the policy amount. So it comes to rupees 5,000. Then contribution to Public Provident Fund, PPF. Contribution to PPF, it comes to rupees 10,000. Next, they have provided medical insurance also. So deduction under section 80D, medical insurance premium $8,000. Then deduction under section 80G, 100% donation to Bangalore University. Bangalore University is 100% exemption from tax, so it comes to rupees 5,000. Then 50% donation to approved charitable trust. Approved charitable trust, it comes to rupees 1,250. 2,500 into 50%, it comes to 1,250. So 29,250. Gross total income was 5,82,40. It comes to rupees 5,52,790 will be the total income. Will be the total income. So now let us compute tax liability. Now let us compute tax liability. So the limit was 5,52,000 up to rupees 2,50,000. Tax amount will be nil. So from above rupees 2,50,000 to rupees 5 lakh, it is 5%. It comes to rupees 12,500. So above rupees 5 lakh up to rupees 10 lakh, it is up to rupees 10 lakh, it is 20%. So therefore difference amount, that is 5,52,790 minus 5 lakh. So 52,790 into 20%. So 10,558. So 23,058 will be the total. So for that we need to add 4% health and education cess. So 23,058 into 4%, it comes to rupees 922. Therefore 23,980 will be the total tax liability. So 23,980 will be the total tax liability. There is no need to round it off. By this, income tax has been completed. So if you have any doubts, please mail me or put in the comment box. Okay. Thank you.